Gifted masterpiece, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Push him back. Push him back.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, Eckler takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On third down, Mayfield. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
2nd and 6 at the 48-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Let's go. Showing it. My touch.
On the ground, it's Eckler. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a toss play to Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Shit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Rush in. 22. White.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 32-yard line.
Set, blue 60. I'm coming real right, 22. My 40.
On second and 11 now. Stafford, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
32. Let's go. Hey, Mike 40. Hey, get in the weight room.
To the air again, Stafford. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A third down gain of 19.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
with the score Browns 3, Lions nothing.
Let's go. Pittsburgh, 44. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if it was to bring in your tight end, keep him in.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
But this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Browns drive about to get started. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Tighten up.
Running on first down, Eckler. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Flushed out right, and that is incomplete here.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check the out. Check the out. Zero.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Here we go. 44. Mike, 44.
Throwing again. Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Stafford now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on first down. Benjamin. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Hey, check 24. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Watch out.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He finds Taylor, complete, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Buying time to his left. And I think the ball's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football.
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Zebra! Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Going to give this time to the tailback. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 24, Stafford is going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Set, 280. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the
Now a handoff here to his running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
59! 6 guys! Check 59! 5! 44, Mike.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Zero. 44 to Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Hey, Charlie. Popo's to Mike. Mike's Popo. You better bring it. Hey, give me radar. Let me know.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, as the first half is winding down, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Touchdown, Lions. Mason Crosby for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with a field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Topper!
And he'll give it here to his running back. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have taken the lead. He's turning in a heck of a game. He's creeping up towards 200 yards, a pair of touchdowns now to go along with it.
There's so many things we can talk about in his game because we're seeing it all from him, but I love his vision. He's seeing the holes develop. He's seeing holes develop before they actually open. He's making sure he's getting to the right places, very decisive in his cuts, but his vision has been the key to all these big runs in this game.
And on that last long run, we got a pretty good look at his speed as well. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Austin Eckler. 75 yards. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. They've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, 54. Go.
There we go.
Throwing is Stafford. Flush to his right. Open man, he's got him. The tight end, Hawkinson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On first down, it's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let's go one more.
To throw again, Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
40's mine. 40's the mine. 40's the mine. I got you. I got you. Mike 40. Mike 40. You're not ready.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schwartz. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
10.
Stafford looks to throw again. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Double time.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. James has got it, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Ready. 180. Get that quarterback. And
And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Stafford. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The Browns drive about to get started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A handoff. It's Eckler. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try to take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
You're trapped. You're trapped. 40's mine. 40's mine. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Easy, alert!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time, so now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give, Eckler running to the right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots. And that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
250.
Hey, let's get this.
From the gun, Stafford. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, we're going Mike 40.
Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now Eckler. And some space here. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Set up.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the 1st half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the 2nd half.
So for Cleveland, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
yeah. Ay, yeah, okay. 30,000 in the pocket, okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game, okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same, okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from home. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. Y'all